Joanna T. Masturbation. How serious a crime is that in Scientology? Does it affect a Scientologist's progress up the bridge? All right, masturbation. So, yes, it is it's a somewhat serious thing. It's not really like you're going to get in oodles and oodles of trouble. I would put it as like an infraction. It's something you're going to be talked to about. It's something you're going to be discouraged from engaging in, but it's not like somebody's going to, it kind of depends also on the level you're at. In the Sea Org, it's much more heavily policed than, say, if you're a public Scientologist, where they don't, you're not living on a Sea Org base. You haven't agreed to the Sea Org code of conduct. You have a bit of a looser, less disciplined life as a public Scientologist or even as a staff member. The Sea Org is where they're really interested in exerting full control over every aspect of your life 24/7, and they have the ability to do that because you're a bit of a captive audience there. So here's the thing about masturbation in Scientology is that it's considered restimulative. It's bad for you mentally. In Scientology, people don't just have thoughts, they have pictures, and those pictures have weight, they have mass. There's actual energy connected to them. And that energy can negatively affect you if you are mocking up these pictures. In other words, you're bringing up a picture from your mental mass, your mind, and you're looking at it in order to fantasize in masturbation, right? You're mocking up pictures, or you're watching porn or something. Still, there are pictures there, and but it's the mental pictures that have the energy that can restimulate or bring into mind other pictures that also have energy that are similar to the ones that you are mocking up or creating or fantasizing to. And those other pictures might have damaging connotations to you because the mass and what those pictures contain could have pain and other things connected with it. And Hubbard went way out of his way in a bulletin that he called Pain and Sex, which he wrote, I think, in 1982, where he said that sex is a very low-toned sort of activity. It's a control mechanism, and it's related to the subject of pain. And it's been used as a control mechanism in the past. So when you're mocking up these pictures or you're imagining, these fantasies, then you're also re-stimulating or pulling in these other damaging pictures of pain, and so you could cause yourself all kinds of trouble and problems. And that's the theory, and it is a ridiculous theory, okay? There's no truth to any of this. But this is what Scientologists really believe about this, and Hubbard wrote about this in the early 50s. There's like one line in one book about this. I mean, Hubbard really never went on a tear about masturbation. It was David Miscavige who made it such a crime, because Hubbard had his moments, for sure, where he was using sex as a control mechanism in Scientology. He was a serial philanderer. He knew all about how sex could blow up organizations, and he wasn't interested in that with the Sea Org. So that was when he started putting rules in place about, relationships and have to be married before you have sex and all that kind of stuff. So Hubbard did that, but Miscavige made anything and everything connected with sex bad. I talked to my mom in an interview that I did on my channel here about this exact topic in the 70s, and nobody cared about masturbating in the 70s. Nobody was taking this one line from this one book and using it to control all of Scientologists' sex lives. But when Miscavige came to power, he started doing that, and that was how it filtered down to the unwashed masses throughout Scientology, and that's why all Scientologists get the lecture and the standard, ethics handling when it comes up that they've been masturbating. Is they're made to read these books, and they're made to look at this stuff, Pain and Sex, and this old book, I think it was Creation of Human Ability, and all this other stuff, and they're told, hey, look, it's damaging to you, you shouldn't be doing it, it's out ethics. Right? In the same way that cheating on your diet is out ethics. It's bad for you, so you shouldn't do it. And if you keep doing it, and you shouldn't do it, then what the hell's your problem? Right? Like, how does that make any sense? So that's kind of the attitude about it at the public level. And at the Sea Org level, there was I'll just tell you guys this story because it's very funny. At least to me at the time it was. We had a guy in the RPF who was an unapologetic masturbator. I mean, he just did not give a shit about the rules. He never agreed that it was damaging to him. And he was on the RPF. So he was already in all kinds of other trouble. So every day we had to hear about these guys, you know, because in the RPF, you're all in the same room doing your confessionals. It's not a private thing. You know, I'm sitting right next to, on either side of me while I'm confessing my crimes. I got these other two people confessing theirs, right? So everybody can hear everything. So this guy, you know, just every day, yeah, I masturbated again. And he just didn't care. And after about a month or two of this, the auditor just was like, okay, I don't even want to hear about it anymore. We're not talking about masturbating anymore. I'm not pulling it from as an overt from you anymore. We're just not going to deal with it. Because the guy was just so unapologetically uncaring about it that it didn't amount to anything for him. And people just got bored with it after a while, right? So by tackling it, by dealing with it head on, he just managed to push all that bullshit aside. But most people in Scientology are trying to be good boys and girls, and they want to move up the bridge, and they want to cooperate. So they follow the party line on that, and that's basically how it works, at least according to my experience with it.